10 days before our company's annual meeting, I found out my coworkers were planning to humiliate me in front of the entire staff and board of directors. They secretly changed my presentation to make me look like a fraud. I stayed quiet and built a trap. When the big day came and they pulled the slide, what I did next made the whole room silent. I'm a senior accountant at a mid-sized logistics firm in Atlanta. 34 years old, been there 6 years, never caused problems. My presentation was supposed to cover Q3 cost savings, 8 months of late nights and weekend overtime catching vendor overcharges that saved the company $340,000. It wasn't glamorous work. I'd gone through 14,000 invoices line by line, found duplicate charges, inflated fuel surcharges, phantom delivery fees. Real money the company was bleeding without knowing it. The night before my final rehearsal, I was grabbing burnt coffee from the break room around 9:30 p.m. when I heard laughing from the glass conference room down the hall. Through the window I saw them, Marcus from finance, 2 VPs I recognized from the executive floor, and Jennifer from my own accounting team, the woman I trained for 6 months when she started. On the projector screen was my PowerPoint deck, except slide 12, the one showing my cost-saving breakdown, had been completely changed. The numbers were inflated to $890,000, nearly triple what I'd actually found. Worse, it showed fake vendor names I'd never worked with, invoices that didn't exist. Jennifer was pointing at the screen saying, "Compliance will audit him by 10 a.m. and destroy him by lunch." Marcus added, "His boss already signed off on the presentation. When this blows up, leadership looks incompetent for not catching it." One of the VPs laughed. "Perfect. We clear out deadweight and I get his budget allocation for my department." I stepped back from the doorway. My hands were shaking, not from fear, from rage I had to swallow in silence. I didn't sleep that night, but I didn't panic either. The next morning at 6:47 a.m., I was the first person in the office. I went straight to my desk and drafted a formal email to our external accounting firm, Deloitte. Subject line, pre-meeting audit verification request for Q3 cost savings presentation. I attached my original invoice spreadsheets, every receipt, every vendor communication. I CC'd the board's audit committee and our compliance officer. The email was boring, procedural, the kind of thing accountants send every day, but it was timestamped, and it created an official paper trail. Then I did something that felt insane. I personally loaded their fake deck onto the presentation laptop myself, saved it as final board meeting V2 PPTX. I wanted them to think they'd won. For the next 8 days, I acted normal. Said good morning to Jennifer. Grabbed lunch with Marcus once. In meetings, I even thanked the VPs for reviewing my materials. They smiled like sharks. On day 9, the audit committee responded. They'd verified every single invoice, certified the $340,000 figure, and they'd be attending the annual meeting in person to observe financial presentations. I didn't tell anyone. Day of the meeting, February 14th, Valentine's Day, ironically. The conference hall was packed. 200 employees, the entire board, 12 investors on video call. I was scheduled for 10:15 a.m. right after the CEO's opening remarks. I wore my cheapest suit on purpose, navy blue from Men's Warehouse, $89 on sale. Wanted to look exactly like what they thought I was. Unremarkable. When my name was called, I walked to the podium. The lights were bright enough to make my eyes water. I clicked to slide 1, company logo, polite applause. Slide 2, Q3 overview. Slide 3, vendor analysis methodology. Then slide 12 loaded. The fake numbers appeared on the 40-foot screen behind me. $890,000 in cost savings. Vendor names I'd never heard of. I heard someone in the front row whisper, "That seems high." Perfect. I paused. Let the silence build for exactly 3 seconds. "Actually," I said, my voice steady, "let me show you the verified figures." I opened my laptop and